Connell says, all right, lads, the Pickford Chelsea links today. You're on it. I doubt there'll be much movement whenever the transfer market window comes about. But how much would you consider selling Pickford for, hypothetically?
50.
Do you think his value's gone down? You know, you come after that World Cup and you're thinking 80, aren't you?
Yeah, I think everyone's. Listen, if you could sell him for 35 and get Donnarumma, then I'd sell him today. But I don't want to sell him because I still feel like I still think he's a good keeper and I still think he can improve. And I never like to sell players when I think like they've still got more to give. But if you could get someone like Donnarumma who's physically a big, strong keeper, then
well, you told me
sell him, no problem.
You told me at the weekend, over the weekend, you read an XG book. Now, according to the XG of goalkeeping, he is the worst goalkeeper in the Premier League. So and I'm not, but do you hold as much stock in that as you do in XG in terms of?
Well, I haven't seen. I've seen that league table, of course. I haven't seen it the other week, so I haven't had a proper look at how they've done it in terms of it. But what I would say is that he's not had a very good season. That's what I would say. So therefore, if he's near the bottom of that, and I think he was of that league table,
he was bottom of it. Pissing was bottom.
Of shots faced that he's let in, then that's an issue, isn't it? And this is something that crept in to Tim Howard's game near the end when these tables started coming out. He was always, he let all sorts of shots in. Now, obviously,
age more than anything, though, wasn't it?
No, but no. But what I'm saying to you is, but then figures kind of didn't like because there was 2 years on the run he was deteriorating at the Premier League level. He obviously went to Colorado Rapids and was fine, was good for them. So for Pickford, he's not had a good season, and that's borne out with the numbers. Forget everything else. People might say, "No, he's done this and he's done that." The numbers don't lie really of how the season's gone for him. Now, okay, he might have been beaten luckily, he might have been exposed at times, and he's got no chance of saving them. But in general, there's goals this season that you look at and go, should have done better, and he's got the ability to do better. I think back to Watford's first goal at Vicarage Road. When we won 3-2, the lad hits into the floor, he should save it, gets his hand by it. Riyad Mahrez's free kick goes under him, just thinking off the top of my head. These are Brighton.
Free kick.
These are ones where I think when Koeman first bought him, he'd have saved. Because he was brilliant that season, he really was. So, and that's the kind of window and the standard I hold him to. I think this season he hasn't had a very good season. Now it might be he's just had one of those seasons that players have where just doesn't work, or whether I don't know whether he took his eye off the ball, or I don't know.
I don't think goalkeepers can afford to have those seasons.
No,
What I mean by that is I think players can afford to. They can go out the side, they can have a change of position, they can get some kind of fortune. I don't think goalkeepers can afford that because I think you're quickly replaced if your manager or whoever doesn't have enough faith in you.
What he's got to be careful of is the Joe Hart thing. Joe Hart everyone was loving Joe Hart. Brilliant, what a keeper. Great, he's great. And then he had a couple of seasons on the run, and then people started looking and going, he's at his peak. He's on the downward curve. Look at him now. Talking about Derby trying to get him at the end of the season.
What it is it a case of a goalkeeper trying to get to the top, and then when they get to the top, not being able to cope with being at the top? And that's exactly what happened to Joe Hart, I'd say. He's at the top and he was doing great, but then when people started to push him, Pickford being one of them, could he cope with keeping his standard? And I just wonder whether that's something...
Coincided with Pep as well, though, didn't it? Coincided with Pep.
Yeah, but because Pep was asking him to do things that he couldn't do.
So he was gone.
So therefore, but then Pep brought someone in Bravo who could do that side of the game, but if you kicked the ball in his general direction, it would go past him. And he ended up getting Ederson, who's one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. So it's I suppose what you judge it on is how long it lasts for. Now, I personally think it's lasted more than just this season. I think it was creeping in last season. But I think
but he ended up with 14.
No, I know. But last season I was more forgiving. Whereas this season I've been less forgiving. Because I don't think it solely comes down to his... I think it's a concentration thing while he's playing. Forget about what happens off the pitch. I just think that there's a concentration factor now. If Chelsea are offering 50 million, Chelsea obviously see something in him. So you have to go, oh, well, if they see that thing, are we being, like you said, are we being
too hasty?
Too hasty. What you'd have to look at is, has the decision already been made internally? Everton could turn around and go, I mean, we were looking to get rid of him anyway, and if someone wants to give us 50, 60 million for him, we'll happily take that because we've already got this player lined up. Who, because what we're looking for is not someone who plays out from the back, but someone who is a dominant goalkeeper, who comes out and catches everything, comes out and saves everything at him and makes himself big and pushes everything away. Because that's what...
Do you think...
what good teams are built on.
Do you think that this playing out from the back has been overstated, the importance of it, in the last few years?
No. Not for the right teams. I think it's the same thing with the goal kicks. When I watch those goal kicks and you watch them when they're done properly, they open teams up. But if they're not done, like you can see teams trying to do it and practicing on the pitch. You've seen it early on with Arsenal, and you were literally practicing on the pitch. Whereas when City do it, they suck teams in and then Ederson then can dink them over the top, and you use them both those little things, or you can just play them out if they sit high. There's no point having a goalkeeper who's brilliant with his feet if you don't play that way, though, is there?
No, this was my point. It was like, because I remember when we got him and it was great with his kicking, and I remember sitting in here and we'd signed him when we were doing something, and the under-21s were playing, and he said to go, and you went, look at this, and he like got it, arrowed it, and they went and scored straight from the kick, and you were like, oh my God. Because in your mind you're thinking, he's going to be doing that. We're going to be breaking and scoring every week.
We don't, though.
We don't do that, so...
You watch him for England. His distribution for England is so much better. Yes, sometimes he gets a bit lax, and we've seen that when he played the Czech Republic.
Give the goal.
He started the move. But for England, he just looks... He doesn't kick the ball out as much as he does for us.
Is he as arrogant for England as he is for Everton? What I mean by that is, and I don't know,
that's a fair point.
Because I haven't spent any time in his company, so I don't know what he's like away from the football pitch. But what I mean is he as cocky as he comes across in an Everton kit as what he is when or is he a little bit? Does he kind of realise that he's playing for England and he's a bit in awe? So he's like, he concentrates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, he's on it a bit more. I mean, don't get me wrong, he has been caught out for England a couple of times. When they played Spain last year in the Nations away, he was a bit... But I don't mind arrogance and I don't mind cockiness, but you've got to be able to manage those moments. And I just think of recent, he's took his eye off the ball, and you can see that. See that in the mistakes he's made, because when he takes his eye off the ball, he becomes reckless and he starts just coming out and flapping and stuff, because you can tell he's not focused. He's not. And I think for a goalkeeper like Jordan Pickford, he's not massive. Or he's like 6'1", isn't he? No, he's not massive. Is he? He doesn't dominate the area. So you've got to be, if you come for something, you've got to be absolutely tunnel vision that you're going to get it, or utterly certain, and have commitment in it as well. So, listen, they might be really happy with him. They might be looking at the trajectory of him and going, work on this. Get his head down. Make him understand that. Actually, you'll be lucky if you're playing for Everton, never mind someone coming in and buying you. Get his head on the game. And maybe if they decide that, then they decide that. Then they've got more insight than I have. But who's to say they're not sitting there looking at eyeing up with the goalkeepers?
They could be looking at. There's some really good goalies around Europe who they might be looking at and going, you know what, we'll have him, we'll take him. We can get him for, if we sold Pickford for 50, we can buy him for 20, say. And
Flip
we made, flip it. And that's what, essentially, that's what it's going to be about now.